It's a scene we all know too well. You fed your cat only half an hour ago, yet there they are, sitting by the bowl, looking at you with a level of heartbreak that suggests they haven't seen a kibble since the dawn of time. It might seem funny or a bit exhausting, but behind that expressive meow lies a fascinating detective story. Today, we're going to figure out why your tiny tiger has suddenly turned into a bottomless pit. Is it just a personality quirk, or is it a quiet signal that something is off? Believe it or not, a persistent demand for food isn't always about hunger. And as a loving cat parent, the key is learning how to read these signs correctly. Hello there, fellow cat lovers. I'm so glad you could join us. We all want our feline companions to be healthy and happy, but sometimes their behavior leaves us completely puzzled. Constant hunger is one of the most common mysteries owners face. In this video, we're not just going to talk about how to quiet a crying cat. We're going to dive deep into feline biology, uncover common feeding mistakes you might not even realize you're making, and learn how to tell the difference between simple boredom and serious medical red flags. Understanding the true reasons behind your cat's appetite is the secret to a peaceful home and a long, healthy life for your furry friend. Let's start with the basics that are often overlooked. Cats are obligate carnivores. It's a fancy scientific term, but in practice it means their bodies are high-precision machines designed by nature to get energy almost exclusively from animal proteins and fats. Unlike us or even dogs, cats aren't biologically equipped to efficiently extract nutrients from carbohydrates. They don't even have the enzyme amylase in their saliva to begin breaking down starches during a meal. Think of it this way. Imagine trying to fuel a high-performance racing car with low-grade fuel. The tank might be physically full, the needle might point to F, but the car just won't run right. It's the same with your cat. If their food is packed with corn, wheat, rice, or soy, their stomach might be physically distended and full, but their cells remain hungry. The brain simply doesn't receive the chemical signal that the necessary amino acids have entered the bloodstream. So, driven by survival instinct, your cat heads back to you, demanding real food. It's like trying to survive on nothing but popcorn. You feel full for a moment, but your body is still starving for nutrition. For a cat, this isn't just a diet issue, it's a serious metabolic strain. Now let's look at some dry but vital numbers. For a cat to feel truly satisfied and healthy, their diet needs to meet strict criteria. According to international standards, an adult cat needs at least 25 grams of protein for every 1,000 calories just to survive. But surviving and thriving are two different things. An optimal level for a shiny coat and strong muscles is actually between 35% and 45% protein. And most importantly, it must be high-quality animal protein, not plant-based substitutes that have very little biological value for a feline. Fats are just as crucial. For a cat, fat isn't something to worry about for their figure. It's their primary fuel source. If their food contains less than 15 to 20% fat, that feeling of satiety simply might not happen, no matter how much they eat. A fat deficiency keeps the body in a constant state of searching for more energy. So, if your cat eats their portion but is back on kitchen duty 15 minutes later, take a close look at the label. Look for specific ingredients like dehydrated chicken or salmon oil, rather than vague terms like plant-based protein. Quality nutrition means a smaller portion provides maximum energy. There's another factor to consider, and this one isn't about what's in the bowl, but how the food is served. Many of us, with the best intentions, practice free feeding, leaving a bowl full of kibble out all day. It seems convenient, but for a cat, this breaks a natural biological cycle. In the wild, cats are sprinters and hunters. Their entire life rhythm is built on the sequence: stalk, catch, eat, and rest. When food is available 24/7, this rhythm collapses. Eating turns from a vital event into a boring habit. Your cat starts visiting the bowl simply because they walked past it or because they have nothing else to do. Over time, natural, healthy hunger is replaced by a psychological dependency. Furthermore, constant snacking keeps insulin levels high, which can eventually lead to weight gain and metabolic issues. Moving to a scheduled feeding routine, 2 or 3 times a day, can work wonders. It restores food to its status as a valuable resource and helps the cat's internal biological clock reset. You'd be surprised how many eternally hungry cats become much calmer after just a week on a schedule. Of course, we can never underestimate the intelligence of our feline friends. Cats are manipulative geniuses and brilliant psychologists. They read our reactions instantly. If you gave in just once to that heartbreaking, soul-shattering meow and offered a treat, your cat successfully built a logical bridge. My voice is the key that opens the fridge. And next time, they will use that key with even more conviction. Often, food becomes the only guaranteed way for a house cat to get their human's attention. If you're busy all day and on your phone all evening, your cat might start begging not because they're hungry, but because they want you to talk to them or look at them. Even if you're grumbling, "Why are you crying? You just ate," you're still interacting with them. In a quiet, unchanging apartment, food becomes the highlight of the day. The best way to break this cycle is to ignore requests outside of mealtime. It sounds tough, but it's an act of love. Instead of an extra scoop of food, give your cat 10 minutes of active play. That provides the emotional connection they're actually craving. However, we have to be very careful here. There are times when an increased appetite isn't a quirk or a behavioral issue. It's a medical red flag. If your cat suddenly starts eating like there's no tomorrow, but you notice they're actually losing weight, their coat looks dull, or they're drinking a suspicious amount of water, it's time to call the vet. Several serious conditions can cause the body to demand fuel while being unable to use it. For example, hyperthyroidism, a hormonal imbalance that sends the metabolism into overdrive, essentially causing the body to burn through energy faster than the cat can eat. Or diabetes, where glucose can't enter the cells, leaving them starving despite a full stomach. We also shouldn't forget about parasites or inflammatory bowel issues. As a rule of thumb, any sudden change in eating habits, especially if paired with changes in weight, thirst, or energy levels, is a system-wide SOS signal. A simple blood test can be a lifesaver. Finally, let's talk about something we rarely consider: boredom. Imagine yourself in a room where the only entertainment is a TV that doesn't turn on and a plate of cookies. Sooner or later, you're going to reach for those cookies just to feel something new. Cats in apartments often live in a state of sensory hunger. They have no way to exercise their primary instinct, the hunt. When a cat is bored, any movement you make toward the kitchen feels like an invitation to an adventure. In a world where nothing happens, mealtime is the only excitement. To solve this, we need to enrich their environment. Install wall shelves so they can explore vertical space, or buy interactive puzzle feeders that force them to use their paws and brain to hunt for their kibble. This turns a meal into a mental challenge and provides that sense of accomplishment. Just 2 15-minute play sessions a day with plenty of running, jumping, and catching a toy can normalize their appetite and drastically lower their stress levels. To wrap up our little investigation, if your cat is constantly asking for food, don't just brush it off. It's a message that needs to be decoded. Start by checking the quality of their diet. Is there enough animal protein and fat? Check the routine. Is the buffet open too long? Consider if you're being outsmarted by a furry little actor, or if they simply need more to do during the day. But if you've adjusted the food and the routine, and your cat is still demanding more, or if you see changes in their weight or thirst, please consult a vet. The health of our feline friends depends on our observation and our responsibility. I hope these tips help you understand your companion better and make your life together a little more harmonious. After all, there's nothing better than seeing a cat who isn't crying at an empty bowl, but is peacefully napping, knowing they are full, loved, and safe. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us create more content for cat lovers like you. Let us know in the comments, is your cat a professional beggar or a picky eater? We love hearing your stories. Take care of your furry friends, pay attention to their little signals, and I'll see you in the next video.